Jared, this is something that you were talking about just a little bit ago. Your pipeline mentality, getting your mind right, getting your fitness right. Like, what are the things that these folks should be looking at before they, hit that button, so to speak, to join?
Specifically for the pipeline?
He just said it. How were you not paying attention? He laid out an entire intro.
I know it was excellent.
That was maybe my best intro I've ever done.
And then
he teed you up. He missed a whole fitness joke. Like, hey, this episode, you're going to be fitness motivation inside of your head to help you in the pipeline. He had a terrible pun that he could have teed up, and he didn't. He's asking you, Peaches, when you went in the pipeline, did you have an on your shield or come back with it mentality? Like, were you more like Till Valhalla, brother? Like, what kind of mentality do the folks need to have out there?
I don't know. Good God. No, I definitely did not have that. And I'll tell you, most of the 17, 18, 19-year-olds that are coming in probably don't have that. I was because I didn't have things like this or developers or anything like that, I came with the, I just need to survive. Holy shit, what is happening to me? That's what I had.
Nice.
Because there was no, like, okay, I knew what I wanted to get into. Like, oh, I want to do something hard. I want to do something difficult. I want to test myself, all those kind of standard things. But then when I got there, it was like, okay, I kind of need to survive and make it out of this alive. Because every day I was under the impression that Cadre were going to try and kill me, or were trying to kill me.
Nice.
And that may or may not be true. Who knows?
I don't know.
I'm not one to say whether or not they are or not trying to kill somebody.
Yeah,
but
they're sadistic homicidal maniacs, or they were a long time ago.
They were.
Yeah.
So okay. Jared took the American hostage sort of view, like you're in a terrorist tunnel. You're just going one day at a time, trying to make it out. You know what I mean?
Well, I was, because if you look at the entire pipeline, like it's a big elephant to eat, right? So
it is.
And especially as a 17-year-old, and I think as anybody, how do you take a large task or a large undertaking one bite at a time? So that's how I did it, but I don't necessarily recommend that. I mean, it worked out for me, but I don't necessarily recommend it.
That is a technique, just to be seaweed and kind of go. You see a bunch of students have a wide range, right? There are people that literally go in there every day, and it's like an active fight against the system. They are literally trying to beat the ocean. They go in there, and it's two ends of the spectrum, right? There's seaweed sort of guys and girls that go into the pipelines. They're like, yeah, whatever happens, man. It's just today. Like, I'm just going to get through today. And then on the other end of the spectrum, there are those dudes that are like, I am going to beat the ocean today. Like, I am going to make the waves stop moving. And they just go in and just straight through. It's like the guys in land nav. They don't terrain nav at all. They just go up and down over every single terrain feature because they're going to beat the mountain that day. I think you got to find somewhere in between. If you're too passive, I mean, that's just no fun for anybody. But if you constantly, talk crap and you're constantly aggressive all the time, that's also pretty grating, especially when you're dealing with somebody on team that's like that just all the time.
Oh, dude.
You're like, calm down, bro. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's just a jump. You don't need to listen to death metal and get up for a jump. You're just falling. Just shut up and fall. Just land on the ground.
But I want to be like Goggins. I want to be super intense every day. What's wrong with you guys? You guys think you're fit? You're not fit.
Who is going to curry the goats? That's the question.
Well, I'm hungry too, so
I do love me a good.
Jared's always hungry.
I do love me a good yellow curry. My favorite part of any podcast is when we get in the studio and Peaches isn't in yet, and he just comes in. He's like snacking on something, probably a waffle. He's drinking a cup of coffee. It's great every morning. Big time. Just really like it.